Another pillar of performance branding is marginal bidding. And marginal bidding is something that ties really closely back to incrementality as well as lifetime value, because that's where it comes down to where are we actually moving the money and what's driving those decisions. So if we're optimizing for lifetime value and we're looking at everything through the lens of what's incremental, the next step is how do we make sure that the next dollar is going to the next best place to allocate that dollar? A good way to think about this conceptually to understand whether or not you are doing marginal bidding correctly today is ask yourself whether or not it's possible for you to take $1 away from any part of your marketing program and put it back in somewhere else and achieve a better outcome. If you can do that, then you should obviously make that trade, and making that trade will move you farther along that efficient frontier curve to achieve true marginal bidding. What we really care about is making sure that every dollar is being invested in the next best place to drive the next best ROI. So if we want to think about investing an additional media dollar, we want to think about it through that lens of where is that next incremental dollar best spent, not where do we have a good average return and we should put it there. Marginal bidding is something that will constantly impact your media mix in real time. If you're doing marginal bidding correctly, you're taking into account all the differences in channels and audiences, and therefore how that impacts what's incremental and what's not, or what drives lifetime value and what's not, which is why these are all so closely correlated. So if you're doing marginal bidding correctly, your traffic mix, channel mix, spend mix will change, and it'll change in real time based on competitive dynamics, differences in your creative and how well it's driving click-through or conversion rate, changes to your site. All of these things will impact your performance, and anything that impacts your performance will be taken into account by marginal bidding, which will be changing your media mix. So we never want brands to think about spend mix or media mix through the lens of what percentage should I allocate to this channel versus that channel? Because what we really want to do is maximize the overall ROI of the portfolio, which means moving money between those channels is a really important lever to pull to be able to maximize that performance.